Welcome, everyone, to Erica and Pamela Elaine Chat. This thing that we're doing actually brings together Erica's expertise that she's going to talk a little bit about, my expertise that I'm going to share a little bit about, and how those two expertises.
It's a word. You just go with it. You just made it up.
I just made it up. Work together to serve you, to help you become an evolved human being. And that is the goal of these conversations, these chats that Erica and I are going to be having over the next several months, weeks, months, maybe even years. But here's the thing that we want from you. As you watch and join in and listen in, we would love for you to suggest what you might want us to call this chat that we do. We are open to suggestions, but first you got to watch for a little bit, right? You got to watch, come back next time, listen in, maybe even put some stuff in the actual chat, which we'll read. And then you say, hey, I think you should call your Substack show this, that, or the other, and we'll be happy to entertain ideas. All right, Erica, how you doing?
I'm doing very good today. Very good today. Happy Monday. I'm always looking forward to the opportunity to chat with you. I know we've been chatting privately for several months now, and we decided to invite other women who can relate to us to chat with us and live and learn from each other in real time.
Yeah. We met, I think, September of last year.
No.
No?
Yes.
Yes?
It's early spring. It's been about a year.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. All right. And it was in response to, you responded to a post I put out where I was looking for the one. Now, some people might be thinking I was looking for a man.
And that's fine. That's your business. That's your business, if you was.
But I was really looking for someone to collaborate with me in getting a message out to women about empowerment, about emotional intelligence, and helping them become their evolved self.
Yeah.
And you responded, and it has been, I think we have clicked ever since.
Yeah, it's been, it absolutely has been an amazing experience. It just reminded me things that I try to tell people all the time, but it's nice to experience it myself. I tell my clients, listen, your best days haven't happened to you yet. Keep living. You're going to meet, whether it's platonic, romantic, professional, whatever partnership, you're going to meet people who align with you, but you have to be aligned first. And then your vibe will attract your tribe. And that's exactly what you did. You put your energy out there. And I could hear you. You know, it was a post on LinkedIn, I believe, but I can hear you. And I accepted your invitation to respond to what you wanted to explore. So
Yeah. And I'm so grateful for that, because in that time, and what this is the thing that I hope everyone listening will experience, in the time of getting to know you, you applied your expertise to my life, from which I have learned so much about what it means to be aligned energetically. And I have to admit that when we first started talking about alignment, and you'll explain that a little bit more thoughtfully than I am right now, I was a bit resistant inside, because I'm like, what does this mean? And I've been trying to swim upstream all these years in my personal life, in my work life, and I just feel like I'm just so exhausted from the effort. And when I was talking to you and you were talking about, well, it doesn't sound like you're aligned, and here's how I know. You gave me some specific insight about my life, and I was like, the heavenly chorus began to sing. The angels descended, because I realized that what I was doing in my life was working against how I was designed.
Yes.
And we're going to get into that now, ain't we?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
All right. So, today's topic is how to turn your breakup into your breakthrough.
It can
And
happen.
I thought it would be great if I would just read a letter from someone who's interested and hungry to turn her breakup into her breakthrough. And then I'm going to ask you to kind of give some feedback from your expertise, and then I'll share a little bit, and then we'll see how we can help this woman evolve.
Let's chat.
All right, let's go. Let's chat. Okay, so the letter is Dear Erica and Pamela Elaine, I need help because I feel like this breakup shattered me. I'm 39 and my divorce was finalized 8 months ago. I really thought this man was my forever. We were together for 14 years, married for 11, and I built my whole adult life around us being a family. Now all I feel is grief, anger, humiliation, and confusion. What makes it worse is that he seems fine. He's already moved on, like our life together was nothing.
Mm.
Meanwhile, I'm the one still trying to make sense of how I gave so much, loved so hard, sacrificed so much of myself, and still ended up here. Some days I feel sad. Some days I feel furious. Some days I feel pathetic for still crying over someone who clearly let go of me a long time ago. I'm trying to hold on, trying to hold it all together for my kids, but the truth is, I don't feel strong. I feel abandoned. I feel rejected. I feel like I lost not just my marriage, but my identity, my confidence, and the version of me that believed love was safe. That's powerful. Ooh, that's a powerful statement there.
Yeah.
People keep telling me this is a new beginning, but right now it just feels like loss. I don't want to stay bitter. I don't want this pain to turn me into a hard, angry woman. But I also don't know how to magically rise above something that hurt me so deeply. How do you turn a breakup into a breakthrough when you still feel broken by it? How do you stop replaying the betrayal, the disappointment, and the years you can't get back? And how do you rebuild your self worth when this kind of ending makes you question everything about yourself? Sincerely, still picking up the pieces. Woo, Erica, she got real, she got raw, she got honest. If she were sitting with you in your office or at your,
Mhm.
coffee table or whatever, what would you say to her from your expertise?
Well, first, I would just validate her. That is a very real place to be in. Um, One of the first things when I started getting ideas when you were reading, and I'm like, oh, let me jot this down.
Mhm.
Um, One of the first things I heard that jumped out to me is identity disorientation. When she said she lost herself, right? She spent 14 years together, 11 years married, and she feels like she's lost herself while he seems to have moved on.
Mm.
Totally get that. Want to validate that. And then I would tell her that her emotions are normal. So I'm glad that she is working through that. As you know, I'm a human design analyst, and I social scientist, and so in human design, I walk my clients to help them understand their emotional wave, right? Um, and so I'm happy to hear, even if she doesn't know her human design, the first thing I would do was introduce her to her human design. It's like
Okay,
it's
so
like
I'm gonna stop you right there
oh
because you said something I know most people, I can hear our audience going, what does that mean, human design?
oh
Can you just stop for a second, explain what human design is and what you do, and then come back to our sincerely, how did she say, still picking up the pieces person?
still picking up the pieces.
Mhm.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. Yeah. So human design, it's a It's a social science system that is a synergy of a couple of different social sciences and social intelligence that help you understand how you were designed to thrive. So just as like each of us is born with a unique fingerprint, it helps us understand that each of us are born with a unique energetic imprint the day we were born, and that sticks with us throughout our lives. And your human design chart shows me kind of like an x-ray would show your bones. It kind of shows me how your energy is designed to thrive. I can see your energetic strengths. I can see how you're designed to communicate, how others experience you, and we can leverage this so you could communicate better in your professional life, personal life, and just help you orient yourself. And like in this letter, I recognize her as having a identity disorientation because she's lost herself in this marriage. And so it literally helped you understand or remember that I am an individual. I'm allowed to have my own identity, my own feelings about things. And actually, this would be a good time to remember who you are. And so you can see yourself how God sees you and empower yourself. So that's why you want to use human design. It's self-awareness, pattern recognition, behavior recognition, and it leads you back to self-empowerment. So yes, thanks for stopping me because I was just going on as if we already.
Yeah, no, that's an important orientation to give, because now I think what you're going to share about how you would talk to this woman is going to be helpful, because we all have a blueprint. And I love how you use that. Like in our conversations, you've used the term blueprint, which was very helpful to me to understand. That means this is how I was born. And just like I can't change the color of my skin, I cannot change my blueprint. Yes. So let's work with that. Yes?
Yes, work what you got, like Mary J. Blige said. You learn to work with what you got. Yeah. I remember when I was going through things, divorce and just life. I would play that song by Mary J. Blige. I would remind myself to work with what I got. Yeah. And my human design blueprint, helped me do that among many other things. But self-awareness leads to self-acceptance. And that's what she needs right now. Self-acceptance. And then I jotted down, I believe I heard you say she was talking about her self-worth. Yeah. And then that's how you get your self-worth back. It's always there. It was just buried under all of your roles that you were playing. Super wife, super woman, taking care of everyone except you.
Yes.
And now, unfortunately, life brings us these circumstances and situations where we're just left looking around. It's like, oh, I took care of everyone else except me. And you don't even know who you are or how to take care of yourself. Yeah. Human design is a great place to start. And then what I would do, I will refer them to you so they can understand their emotional intelligence. And that's a skill. Unlike human design, that's set at birth. That's your strength. Those are your superpowers. This is your main character energy. This is what you're naturally good at. And I can help you understand that and leverage that to help you take the next step in life. Then emotional intelligence, and that's your area of expertise. I will recommend she sees you next so you can strengthen that skill. So, because as I understand, because I know when you did my emotional intelligence evaluation, thank you so very much. I was able to understand that that's a muscle I can exercise and skill and build that. So those are things that I would do. I would validate her first, help her understand about what she's describing is identity disorientation. And I would help, it's like a compass, human design like a compass. And I would help her understand her true north again, get her back on her journey to her best self. And she mentioned specifically self-worth. And just give her permission. Give her permission to put herself first again.
So before you send her over to me, I want to ask a little bit more about the disorientation. You said what was the term that you used?
Well, identity disorientation. She's lost herself. That's all that means.
She's lost herself. And so would you like pull out her would you do an analysis on her design, on her human design, and see where she has strengths and not strengths? Is that what you would do?
That's the first thing I would do. When my clients come to me, they're already ready to say, Erica, I've done all of the things and I
Mm-hmm.
still don't know my next step.
Yeah. So I remember, I'm going to refer to myself to help us understand this woman's story. What I did was I forgot who I was, and you reminded me who I was. It sounds like she's forgotten who she is as well. Or maybe, is it possible she never really knew? Is it possible we don't ever really know until we sit with someone like you to help us realize who we are? Maybe we've never known.
Two things can be true.
Okay.
So one person may have feel like I forgot who I was. I'll say personally for me, I feel like I really didn't get a chance to know who I was. I feel like as my life has progressed and I've lived and learned in real time like everyone else, I feel like I'm getting to know the best version of myself each time.
Mm-hmm.
Each valley top, I mean each valley and each mountaintop, I am rising and falling each time. And so even who I thought I was my teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, I'm realizing that I'm ever evolving, and I accept that evolution is a lifelong journey. So,
Mm-hmm.
even if you feel like, oh, I knew myself in your 20s, you're not going to be the same person in your 40s, and you're not supposed to. So, getting back to yourself doesn't mean, the point I'm making doesn't mean getting back to a specific place and time, a specific, thought pattern, a place where you're living, size clothes you were wearing, how you were wearing your hair, or whatever that looks like. It's the evolved version of you that needs to be present with what life is has before you today. So it doesn't have to be the same. You're allowed to grow. Give yourself permission.
Yes, so she can grow, but her blueprint remains the same, though. Is that
Yes, you can leverage it.
okay?
So it empowers you to step into those different steps.
Mm-hmm.
So a baby grows physically. And this is what we forget, because we stop growing physically. We forget that we continue to grow emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. Those are lifelong growth projections. So you
Mm-hmm.
just because physical stop doesn't mean you finished growing.
Mm-hmm.
Your soul, your spirit, your personality grows forever. So that's the growth opportunity there. And so sitting down and getting to know that person. And again, whoever you are at 30 is not who you're going to be at 40. And you shouldn't. Because
Mm-hmm.
when your baby is 3 months, you want them to be and have some progress made at 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same for you. So continue to grow, expect your growth, look for it. Your human design chart is going to help us as if it's a compass and a blueprint to say, these are your strengths, your tools.
Mm-hmm.
God gave you good sense. And here are some clues that you can try out. I'll show you. Try out these things, because these are your innate, your inherent, your natural born talents,
Mm-hmm.
and gifts and strengths. And it helps you uh, heal. It helps you grow. It helps you excel in your career. It helps you communicate in your personal life. All the things, whether you're a parent, a professional, your personal life, you can apply it wherever.
Yeah, I like this, the way you're describing it, because what sounds important to me from what you're sharing about our um, still picking up the pieces woman is, if she does know what her blueprint is,
Hmm.
she may not make similar, she may make different decisions in her future relationships if she understands who she is. Is that fair to say?
That is very fair to say. It's just pattern recognition,
Mm.
basic psychology or sociology 101. You just recognizing behavioral patterns.
Mhm.
Human design is just an additional tool in the toolbox of social science that we can map out your energetic strengths and pinpoint the keys to unlock
Mm.
yourself, your next steps. So you're not just taking the next step blindly or just let me try this, let me try that. We can
Yeah.
see your trajectory.
Mhm.
This is where you design, this is where, and this is how you specifically, because each person is different. My design is different from yours.
Mhm.
This is how you specifically are designed to thrive.
I love that. And what you're sharing reminds me of when you did human design for me, and it was clear that one of the areas where it shows I have been out of alignment, like maybe our person here is anger. Anger is an emotion for me that indicates that I am out of alignment. And I really resonate with this woman because there are many ways that I sacrificed myself for the better of my children and my husband at the time. And I didn't realize how underneath I was really angry. That's because
Mm,
I had no idea, Erica, what my design was. And you absolutely helped me understand my design. And so when I find myself getting angry, I have to realize I might not be working within my own energy, my own design, because this emotion is coming up for me. Does that make sense?
I love that. And my specific human design, I call it my not self. So I have my best self and my not self. So not self just meaning I'm not working in alignment with
Mhm.
what I should be, with the trajectory and what God has for me, right? And so in my not self, my signal that I am out of alignment is bitterness and resentment.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I would feel it, but now I know, like, oh, Erica, that is a tap on the shoulder from your higher self, from your best self saying, you have free will. God
Yeah.
gave everybody free will, but it's just like, ma'am,
Yeah.
this is not this energy, this person, place, or thing is not going to help you get to where you say you wanted to go.
Mhm.
So I'm
Mhm.
sending you the signals. For me, resentment and bitterness. For you, is anger, just manifester, and anger. And so it's just a tap on the shoulder. It's nothing to be ashamed of, nothing. It's literally just say, oh, thanks for the reminder. So you
Yeah.
can adjust, get back in the line, and you can decide a person, place, a thing is worth your energy or not, and get back on track. So with this woman, she's of course I would introduce her design to her and walk her through. I don't know her human design type, but I would introduce her type to her. Each tap comes with a specific strategy, with the specific way to tap into your inner authority. I would teach her how she makes decisions,
Okay.
how to best make decisions. And it sounds like, and I know this place, she's in a place where she needs to make a lot of decisions.
Yeah.
She said that he's already moved on. She's probably saying, should I move on?
Mhm.
What's next for me? And I would help her. Now, I would not make any decisions for her. I would empower her. This is how you ask yourself. And if she's a woman of God and she prays, when you pray, this is God answers you in your gut. Some people who answers in his heart. This is where you'll feel the energy. If you do feel something, that's real. And this is, look for the signs.
Mhm.
So I would show her how to do
Yeah.
it.
She would have a very personalized, individualized experience with herself, with you. And that is because we're not, like you mentioned the fingerprint. We're not talking about general. We're
No.
talking this woman specifically, this still picking up the pieces woman specifically and uniquely. She would walk away empowered from you, knowing who she is, how to make decisions, how to walk in this life, how to choose probably the an appropriate partner should she want to, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Everybody may not want to after divorce. Um, And so she would have an empowered knowing about herself. And I'm gonna tell you, to know thyself
Ooh,
is incredibly powerful.
ooh.
We stop trying to be somebody else or our neighbor or all these people on Facebook. We become who we are and find comfort in that. When you walk into a room, because you know yourself, you're not trying to fit in. You're not trying to, who do I talk to? Am I okay? There's none of that when you know your own energetic strength.
Oh, you are preaching because your energy shifts from, ooh, will they like me to, ooh, I wonder if I'm going to like it here. You get
Yeah.
to decide. You're like,
Yeah.
this person plays a thing. You decide, is it for you? You don't
Yeah.
have to lay yourself and subject yourself to other people, places, and things because you know who you are now.
You know who you are.
And after our session, and then I'll continue with coaching sessions, to help them as life happens in real time. And it's like, remember who you are. Because some people are designed to ask questions. Some people are designed to make statements. So I help them learn how to communicate. And
Yes.
I already said we're designed to make decisions in different ways.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
these are immediate practical strategies just for you.
Yeah.
Just for you. Because I have to, it's math. I'm doing math and I'm turning into words. So it's like I'm doing a math word problem. So I'm looking at your design, and I'm like, okay, with these, this is indicating this type of behavior. This is indicating this is what triggers you.
Mhm.
This is what you are sensitive to. And
Mm.
this is how you leverage it, or this is how you work with it. Work with what you got, like Mary J. Blige said. And I give you the tools. You have the tools. You are born with everything you need to
Mm.
handle whatever comes up while you're here on this earth.
Yeah.
You are born with it. I just show you how to get to it and use it properly.
You remind me of, I hope I get this right. Okay, The Lion King. Simba was a lion, right? Was a little one. And Mufasa, was it Mufasa?
His dad, right?
The dad, yes.
Okay.
When Simba was lost and he left his tribe and he wandered off and found those two friends, and he was looking in the water, and his father came to him and he said, Simba, you've forgotten who you are.
Good.
And you are the one to remind us. Oh, I feel emotional. Oh. Your work reminds us who we are, because many of us have been lost and we're looking for ourselves and we don't know where to go. And you, the work that you do, which is so magnificent, helps us know where to go, because you remind us of how we were built, how we were designed, who what we've come to this earth to do. And it is really a remarkable experience to know that it is eye-opening, it is refreshing, it is, wow, I feel like I'm not swimming upstream. I'm actually flowing with the stream. I feel a huge amount of emotion around this, as you can see. So thank you for your work. So let's move on, because I see the time is leaving us. So after she sits with you and she is empowered and knowing who she is, she's gonna come on over here to
Yeah.
me, right?
Yes.
And as an emotional intelligence consultant practitioner, I would do what you did, what you said you would do initially, which is to validate her feelings. All right. There is no judgment. You have permission to feel. And once she feels comfortable that she is safe, she is validated, she's not crazy, she hasn't lost her mind, and she hasn't lost her life either, we're going to hone in on, how do you strengthen your emotional intelligence so that you have self-awareness, so that you can express your emotions, you can manage your stress, you can build your relationships, stronger relationships. It would be an assessment I would
Mm.
do with her. And from that assessment, I would get a profile of this woman's emotional intelligence strengths and not strengths. And then we would find one area to hone in on. Do you want to hone in on how you deal with stress? Would that be the most important thing in your life now in this breakup? Is it to deal with stress? What do we mean? Like when your ex sends you a text message and you are immediately riled, do you send a response or do you wait? All right. We want to talk about very specific and concrete things that are causing you particular stress, if that's where you want to start. We may want to start with you just having your self-perception. How do I see myself? Am I good enough? She said, I question my worth. Okay.
Self-worth, right.
So if you question your self-worth, then we need to begin with building your emotional intelligence around self-perception, how you see yourself. And the first thing I would say to her as her homework is, I would say the thing you need to practice is something I call selfish generosity. Give to yourself first so you can generously give to others. Now, where are the areas in which you are not giving to yourself first and you're giving to others first instead? That's where we're going to start, because that act alone, selfish generosity in terms of self perception, will raise your self perception, and the feelings of lack of worthiness will begin to lower. So once she leaves you empowered, she comes to me and we elevate her emotional intelligence. She becomes an evolved woman. Her breakup becomes her breakthrough.
She's on her way.
She's on her way, right?
Now I wanna be clear to her. Just because we're able to articulate it here quickly and however long we've been chatting doesn't mean it's going to be an overnight switch.
Speak.
You are going to have to practice your new self-awareness. You are going to have to practice accepting yourself every day.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm not telling you anything that I don't know personally.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I know it professionally as well, but I'm talking for both sides of myself, personally and professionally.
That's right.
It is a walk that you have to understand that you deserve. You deserve to go to the next step. Give yourself permission. You get to start over, but this time you get to start over with experience.
Yeah.
With your eyes wide open. You get to start over with your awareness that you get to make decisions about who you want to partner with professionally or partner with personally without the influence of your community, your family. So next time you try it, you get to try with really what resonates with you. The influence of or conditioning of others. So once you can see yourself more clearly, you'll be able to choose better personal and professional partners.
Yes, right. And that's what we want for her. That's what we want for ourselves. That's what we want for everyone. I love this exchange between us because we're showing, again, back to your point of you're going to have to practice. This is not a drive. This is what I want to say. This is not a drive-through or it's not a fast food. All right. I know we live in that culture. I want to be over this now. It took me years to get over my breakup, my divorce. It took me years and I had to practice. But listen, I didn't know a whole lot that I know now. So we're giving this information to, still picking up the pieces and everyone else who has a similar story, because we're recognizing, we're helping to fast forward, right? We're giving learn so they don't have to spend decades getting over into their evolved self. We're wanting you, and there are going to be lessons you're going to have to learn. There's nothing we can do to help you with that. But it doesn't have, you don't have to reinvent the wheel.
No.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel, my sisters. We are trying to show you through our experience and expertise that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And there's a way to almost, I'm going to put in quotes, fast forward to your evolved self, which is where we're all wanting to hit.
I think that's very appropriate. Fast forward. Again, it's not an overnight switch, but it is you in the right direction. At least you're in the right lane.
Yeah.
So it is a fast forward, because at least you're not going backwards. At least you're not stuck in park.
Yeah. We're in the fast lane.
Yeah. So you have direction. You're actually driving forward.
Yeah.
And so you're scared, sure, but do it anyway. And so you've done all the things, I'm assuming, and if not, but common things that people look to go through any type of change in their life. Of course, their family, they lean on their family. If they have a religious community, maybe they have community or fraternity or sorority they could lean on. Therapy, that's very helpful. So all types of things people can, tools that are available to use to help you orient yourself. And then specifically, I know with human design and empowerment, and I know with you and your expertise in emotional intelligence, these two specific tools help you when you are ready to take the next step forward. Because therapy helps you process your past, right? Process your grief. But moving forward towards relief, that's a different type of work. And that's this work. That's the work that we do. And that's the place I suspect that she is ready. How do I take the next step forward? And guess what? You don't have to do it with general advice.
Yes.
Specifically to you, your energy, specifically to your emotional intelligence, and give you your formula, your specific way, your specific recipe to try out just for you.
And one thing that I want to make sure that still picking up the pieces understands, and everyone else understands, is not at any point in this conversation did we advise or suggest that she have her ex or anyone else change their behavior for her to feel better. Because the truth of the matter is, if you don't deal with your own stuff, you will not have a breakthrough.
It's not about them.
If you are blaming someone else, you will not have a breakthrough. If you want your ex to change or even come back or tell you thank you like I was waiting for, you will not have a breakthrough. It is about you, the individual, and the self-awareness that is waiting for you. That is your car to your evolution. Get in the car of self-awareness. Let's get you to your destination.
That's the secret. And only you can do that. Only you can do that. Your breakthrough has nothing to do with anybody else. And I'm not discounting or minimizing if your ex did specifically do things to harm you or neglect you. I'm not saying those things aren't possibilities.
Right.
I'm just saying if you're at the point where you're ready to move forward, this is not that conversation. You need to spend all your energy on you. Give yourself permission, because you're looking for, what do you say, your self-worth? Right. And so orient yourself back to you first. Give yourself permission. And what do you call it in emotional intelligence? Selfish
generosity.
Selfish generosity. I love that.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Erica and Pamela Elaine chat. I'm so excited that we had this chance to talk, and hopefully those listening will have a takeaway. In fact, we would love to know what was your biggest takeaway from this chat between Erica and me. Let us know, and then come back again. Sit with us, hang out with us. You can put some stuff in the live chat and we'll read it and try to answer it at the same time. But we really welcome you back to this platform with us. And we're so glad that you took the time to listen today.
Okay.
Bye, Erica.